It is time for the December TBR. Hello everyone, welcome back to A Fictional Escapist. My name is Kris, and today's video is the December TBR. I really should say MBR at this point because I do not know how much reading I'm going to get done in this month. Before we jump into it, make sure you check in the description box down below for links to my social media and Discord should you want to come along for the ride. Now, as I said, this is an MBR. There's a lot of things happening in December. We are gearing up to move across the country. We've got about 5 weeks left at the time of filming, and it's sort of crunch time for us to figure out how I'm getting all of this across the country since I bought too many books and just the rest of the stuff in the house. So what we're going to get rid of, cleaning it up, making sure it's ready for the next stages of our lives. So December is a busy month. It's also peak period. I work in international freight in the customs division, and it is crazy right now with people sending in stuff to the country to try and get cleared for Christmas. So my life is a little bit wild. So please take this entire TBR with a grain of salt. There are 3 things on this list which are definitely being read, and I'm also part of the SPSFC Epic Indie Judging crowd, and we need to come up with our semi-finalists by the end of December. So I've currently read 6 books in the slush pile, so my slush pile is done. I've given my quarterfinalist for that, but I also need to read a couple of other books for that competition, which I don't know what they are yet in December, to come up with our semi-finalists. So I have a list of 7 for you today of books that may or may not be read in the month of December. Let's just jump into it. So we'll start off with a continuation, which is going to be Midnight Tides by Steven Erikson. I have only just started this at the time of filming. It is the 28th of November currently, and I'm 10% in. This is a 960-page book. I do not know how long this thing is going to take me. Erikson books from the past take me about 2 weeks, and I'll do that and an audio book. So I will be continuing on with that so that hopefully I can get to Bone Hunters in January while I've got some time off setting up the new house. And that is, of course, with Roger from Roger's Reads. It's quite interesting reading this series with Roger because things that I like are not necessarily things that he likes. So I think I'm enjoying the series as a whole more because I don't mind a bit of the waffle and the philosophy and, just talking for talking's sake and world building and whatnot. But there are some really cool elements in here. You've just got to read 200 pages at a time to get to those really cool elements, which I don't know is for him. I might reach out to you, Roger, and we'll do like a big chat about our reading experiences once we've finished the series. So that is the first book that will definitely be being read in the month of December. The next definite is a continuation of the Conqueror series by Con Eagledon, and that is going to be with Book 2, Lords of the Bow. So I'm just finishing up the first book now, which is Wolf on the Plains or Birth of an Empire, depending on which country that you're from. I really quite enjoyed it, but I have heard from Andrew, from Andrew's Wizardly Reads, who may be jumping on the bandwagon for Book 3 to 5, that he didn't like this one as much. So I'm quite curious. I have enjoyed the audio of the first book, so I'll be going on to the audio for the second, and that is a second definite for the month. I'll probably pick that one up pretty much straight away once I've finished the first book of that. The last definite that I have on this list is another audio, and that is Wrath by John Gwynne. This is another read that I've been doing with Roger from Roger's Reads. This audiobook is definitely going to take me at least 2 weeks to get done, and it is the final installment in the Faithful and the Fallen series. I've had quite a good time with the Faithful and the Fallen series thus far. I don't think it's a new favorite for me. It's a very classic feeling fantasy. The end of book 3 really ramped up the stakes, and I'm very curious to see where John Gwynne goes with it. But I think I've also missed things because I've been doing it on audio rather than physical. This may be a series that I reread in a few years' time, but do it physical and see what else I can pick up. I will say that John Gwynne is the second author to make me cry. So I don't emote very often, take that as you will, but the end of the third book definitely got me in the feels, and I hear from other people that it also got them in the feels. So, congratulations to John Gwynne. Not that you'll ever see this video, but, it doesn't happen very often. Take the wins where you can, if that's a win. I'm rambling. The next book that I would like to read because it has been lent to me and I would like to give it back before I actually leave for Perth is the Malice Box. This is by Martin Langfield. It says 7 trials, 7 days, 1 chance to save the world. This book is giving me Matthew Riley vibes. I had to think of the name there, and a lot of Matthew Riley standalones. It says, "Dare you open the Malice Box? A device of extraordinary power forged from alchemical gold is hidden somewhere in Manhattan, primed to detonate in 7 days, killing millions. Only one man, a journalist by the name of Kris, has the ability to uncover 7 keys and disarm the device. But there are others, histories, hidden shadows, and warriors determined to stop him at any cost. Ancient conspiracies and an unlikely quest are only the start. Does Kris have the courage to face his greatest fears and halt the devastation of the Malice Box?" This is definitely something I would have picked up when I was younger. I loved the Matthew Riley standalones, and this sounds very much like those. You know what you're getting with a Matthew Riley book. I don't know what I'm getting with this one, so we will see what that entails, but hopefully I'll get to that one so I can give it back before I move to Perth. The next one is a carryover from last month. It is a review copy, and that is The Tome of Haren by Damien Francis. I won't go into that one too much because it is a carryover. Like I said, from the previous month, I did not get to any review copies in the month of November, and if I do get the chance to do some review copies in December, that will be the first cab off the rank. Next review copy that I have is Wish Givers by Shannon Knight. This one sounds really cool, and I'm very much looking forward to it. But again, as a review copy, with the competition will come first, and if I get a chance to get to some review copies, this is another one that I'll pick up. Rivers Clan, the Maoli. Tattoo wishes into reality. Once revered, the Maoli now live in hiding with a precious few imprisoned beneath the alley's pink palace. Burning for justice, Riva strides into the capital city, announces herself as a wish giver, and allows herself to be bound. She knows the only way to save herself and her people is to grant her greatest enemy his every wish. Already outcast by her skill and arrogance, Riva feels she has nothing to lose and everything to gain. However, she faces not only the Ali, but the mighty white god and his followers, the animosity of the Maoli, and the burdensome eye of Mater, a dark god with an ambitious priest who has a wish of his own. Within the confines of Ali's palace, I've just realized there's an extra I there, Riva discovers love and friendship, but to destroy the Ali, she may be forced to sacrifice more than she ever wished for. Wish Givers is an epic fantasy novel with a tropical island setting and themes of freedom, found family, and the pursuit of dreams. When the author reached out and asked if I would review this, it sounded really cool, and I'm looking forward to giving it a go, hopefully in December, but if not, sometime early 2024. And the last one that I have on this list is one I promised my dear friend Esme that I would read, and I'm going to try and get to it before the end of the year, but we shall see, and that is Renia by Carl Forshaw. The halls of Ven are the seat of both knowledge and power in the great continent of Luna Runum, unsure. Renia, a scribe of the tragic past, I love a scribe, spends her days expertly copying books that do little to satiate her desire for knowledge. When a faithful commission lands on her desks, she finds herself tasked with transcribing a book coveted by assassins from the southern continent. Oh, I love scribes and assassins. Its theft throws the scribing halls into chaos and threatens to destroy the fragile peace that exists between their nations. Haunted by dreams of her past, Renia must learn to master her impulses and awaken her long-dormant magical abilities if she is to prevent war. Fate, it would seem, is eager to grant her wishes, yet she must risk everything to pursue it and pay the bloody price it demands. This book sounds awesome. I've heard nothing but excellent things from people who have read Renia already, and I'm looking forward to getting to it. Again, hopefully in December, but we will see. We will see what the month holds. There are also 2 slots on this for more SPSFC novels. If I need to read more, that is obviously going to be the priority, so I apologize to everyone who's very excited for me to read any of these books, because this TBR, out of any TBR I've ever made, is very much up in the air. That is my MBR-ish thing for December of 2023. There are a couple of more that I'd like to get to. For example, if I can get Dragonflight in here in an audio format, I will do that and reach out to Taylor from May Between the Pages to see if we can read that one together maybe. Who knows if that will happen. I would like to pick up more review copies. Forbidden Planet by Brian Wilson is another one that is pretty high up on my radar, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it. But we'll see what the month holds. What are you picking up in December? Let me know in the comments down below. If you like the content, give it one of those. If you want to see more of it, click subscribe at your will, and I will catch you in the next video. Ciao.